wigs. Yeah, they made the wigs out of arsenic. That was how they powdered them. And so the guy went, all of his life with this poisonous wig on his head. Went crazy by the end. So,
Oh my gosh.
American history fun fact. Well, British history fun fact.
I was about to say.
Your phone start ringing before border works. Everything.
Is he talking about history?
Yeah, he is. Good morning. It is 9:30 a.m. Monday, July 17th, 2023. I'm Mayor Chris Martin, calling to order the regular session of the Logansport Board of Public Works and Safety. We will start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Jacob Palmsall,
Here.
Chris Martin,
Here.
Adrian Grant, absent.
All right, we'll start with the approval of minutes for the July 12th, 2023 meeting.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
I'll second. Any further discussion? Call for question.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Jacob Palmsall,
Yes.
All right, next is the approval of claims for $235,574.66. This includes claims for $41,260.03, trash claim for $107,903.41, and grant claim for Community Crossings 2, $86,411.22. I'll make a motion to approve the claims as presented.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Jacob Palmsall,
Yes.
All right, any public comments? Anyone in the audience who would like to make a comment, please come to the microphone, state your name and address for us, please. All right, seeing none. Old business, building commission, 719 East Market Street, progress inspection, condemnation review. Morning, Rob. Is there anyone here to represent 719 East Market Street? Please come to the microphone, state your name for us.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning.
Eva, President Blue Light for 719 East Market.
All right. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay, Friday, we did another review, inspection on 719 East Market Street, known as Lincoln House. We went back through and looked at all the windows that they said that they had done. A lot of them had needed more work done on them. They kind of failed. I've got a list of every room, every window that has failed. Doors, some of the plumbing issues. There was some plumbing issues in 6 and 8, which is attached to the sewer problem when we actually did the emergency condemnation. So we got some sinks that are not draining for some reason. I've got a lot of fails. I'm not lifting condemnation myself
All right.
today.
We have representation from
Also
the
had state fire inspector there, and Doug Kitchell, which is our local fire inspector. They had a couple issues. There was some things underneath the staircase that needed to be reviewed and removed. They pretty much sided with, the issues with the windows. But other than that, most on the fire and safety side, they passed on the exit signs, safety lights, and things like that. Health department did an inspection the day before on Thursday. I don't know if they want make any kind of comments on.
We're okay.
Okay.
I'd like to talk about the windows because that has been an issue. Uh, First of all, we were told that there should be one egress window which should be openable so that the client or the tenant is able to, in case of fire, is able to get out of there. But then in the last visit, we came to find out that they require all the windows to be of that type. That means all the windows have to be egress windows. So I had only planned earlier just for one of the windows in all the units. So I went out and I have receipts to substantiate. I bought lots of handles, double handles to lift them up and also to lock them up. And so I've taken steps. So he already started putting those in. Although the state requires the window to be only opened, not necessarily held in place, which is his requirement, and I have no issue with that because that's what he wants, we will do it. And I am all out to make sure that all the requirements are met. And the plumbing was all fixed, except a couple of, I think in number 9, he mentioned that there's some clog up, and these kind of things are normal in a rental business. New tenants come in and they dump something and things get clogged up. So we will address that, take care of that. One of the other things which was mentioned is to put these kind of signs. So I have gone ahead and getting these today. They are all laminated and they'll be posted on the restroom 1, 2, electrical, storage, supplies, office, maintenance, housekeeping, basement. So these would be the signs which would be this size. You want to take a look?
Very good.
I can just pass it around. Take a look at the signs you wanted.
Very good. Awesome.
Add to his file.
Anything else you'd like to add?
We also had the Heritage roofer come and go on the roof, inspect everything, and give us the scenario as to, what's the situation. So he said the decking is very strong. He examined everything, and he's also an expert witness. And he said, but the shingles have, because of the sun exposure, have kind of burnt out, and therefore they start spreading and start flying around. So that's a problem. So he's going to do the roof, which we have already paid for materials and the labor, so which we had talked about last time. So that's pretty much the last thing left, the major thing. Other than that, all the major issues have been taken care of, and we feel pretty good about the situation. So I would request if this could be lifted now, and if it is not possible until the roof is done, that's up to you to decide.
So I went Friday, and I went Friday with the building commissioner, code enforcement officer, and rental property inspector.
Yeah.
And went and inspected every room with them. At the end of it, we had talked. You asked me the important things.
The roof, yes.
Roof was number 1, right? Number 2 was cleanliness. We did still have issues with that. And obviously that's not going to be corrected overnight. You know that. But there were still some roaches, and that is not okay, right? So cleanliness needs to be addressed.
Yes.
And then, of course, windows, right? So those 3 things are the most important.
Yes, in fact, I'm gonna call the company Orkin and tell them, look, we are not satisfied completely, because they have been spraying every month, but I would say you need to get more strength in the solution you are spraying, and also make sure that, the numbers need to really go down, and we don't want to be seeing any of that. So if that doesn't happen, then, we will have to think about other alternatives, which I don't think there is any company better than Orkin. So I'm going to try to mobilize them and even, pay extra to guarantee that we want to.
Well, I will tell you, there was one room that did pass, and that is progress, in my opinion. I think that is progress. I think you're making progress, and I think that the public needs to know that you and your COO, is that right, David, or,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You both went around every room with us and was taking notes. So you're making progress. You're taking the right steps in the right direction.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, and we appreciate that. Obviously, passing fire and safety is important.
Yes.
Health department was kind of in between, and that's okay. But again, cleanliness, I got to go back to that because I just don't. That's a big problem for me.
You are so right about this cleanliness. I'm going to give you this notice which I send out every time there's inspection. This is the notice I sent out last time. And you'd be amazed to see that even though we emphasize that the cleanliness is so important, keep your place clean and throw the trash regularly, but some tenants just, they have their bad habits, and if they don't change, we'll have to evict them, and that's all there is to it.
Well, Rob, where do we go from here?
What's that?
Where do we go from here? Like, what's are there other deadlines that have to be met? Because we've already had those deadlines.
Those deadlines have gone and passed.
Yeah.
And right now, we've got a huge safety issue with the porch. I mean, it's temporary, holding up, but that's not, I mean, it's in pretty bad shape, that roof. I don't know, the roofing is not going to get done for, David said it was 60 days out. I'm sure it's a little
I
shorter
will try
now,
to expedite it, yeah.
but no, I won't be lifting condemnation myself. And if some of the other stuff can't be done sooner, we need to start looking at evicting the public out of it, because it's too big of a risk.
Thank you, Health Department, for what you guys are doing. I appreciate that.
Go ahead. Cheers.
I'm Ken Musselman, Cass County Health Department, environmental health agent. We did do an impromptu visit just on July 13th. We had been there back in there. We have a pre-scheduled list of what rooms need to be done. He has made good improvement with the hand washing sinks in the common bathrooms. He's redoing the bathrooms that are in individuals' rooms. I don't know of any drains that weren't working. If you tell me what room numbers they are, I'll make sure they get fixed versus just that generality. We did not see any health hazards at this time. There are still some risks there, because they can turn into a hazard, but we look for health hazards if we were going to make that kind of a decision. It appears that most of the insect infestation or cockroach infestation has been much more minimized due to Orkin and them working together with the rooms. We had put together a room. Hand sinks, he has replaced a couple of those. Showers are operational. He meets all the requirements of what we would consider a dwelling. From our standpoint, as far as, we don't see any hazards at this time for the people that are still housing there. Not that there's not some risk in a couple of rooms. We want hand washing sinks a little bit more prevalent, because each time that they have to go to the common restroom, that is, I think, 6, 8 of them that have to use the common restroom. So we wanted that upgraded a little bit, so that we had hand towels in there and hand sinks. Each room that have a sink has to be back to that, and I think he's got part of them started and done. So I didn't say that wasn't draining. The main sewer line appeared to be working.
Appeared to be.
You know, I mean, there's nothing leaking on the basement floor or anything, so, you know, I assume it's all reaching the sanitary sewer for the city. So from my standpoint, we did not say health hazards, not that they're under a few risks, but I think he's aware of what they are, and we made a pretty designated list of what they are and what needs to be replaced from a health risk standard.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Thank you. According to the health department, they want me to put the utility sinks back in 5 and 7, which I said no problem, because those were old sinks, so we have got the new utility sinks. We're going to install that with the cabinets respectively. So other than that, the health department did not see any health hazard or safety hazard, because all those have been taken care of.
You said 5 and 7?
Number 5 and number 7.
Okay.
I'd like to address the porch. We had gone ahead and reinforced, get that reinforced. Porch is reinforced before the roof is down. So that does not pose any hazard. So at this point, there are no safety or health hazards. The only thing is the leftover windows, which I will go ahead and install the locks as well as the handles. So most of them were already done on the weekend, and the remaining ones will be finished. In number 9, it was pointed out the sink was not, draining properly. So we went ahead and we're going to work on that, make sure the drainage is all good.
Rob, how big of a job is the porch? They have been, looked like it kind of braced it up last week.
Yeah,
It was put under schedule to be repaired or something, wasn't it?
I'm thinking that is probably going to need new rafters up there on the porch part, and the beam part that holds the rafters. I'm sure it's probably rotted beyond its lifespan or life expectancy. That is, because it's, the porch roof, not the regular main roof, but the porch part of the roof.
Is the porch roof then part of this contract that's been paid for to get the?
That I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be part of that, sir. The porch needs new roof.
It looked like the supporting structures on that porch were in pretty bad shape. I mean, that's not a professional opinion, just looking at it, looking.
Columns, posts probably need to be redone also along with that. Water drains down, so whatever, everything that's coming through the roof and down the joists, down the beams, down the poles. So,
Is that an ingress, egress problem for like a fire safety? Is that an exit?
yeah, because they really need both the front and that side. They need to use, they need to have that for fire and safety, yes.
Okay. We will incorporate the recommendations for the porch when the roofing is done.
Yeah, I mean, they're not just gonna be able to go up there and probably slap the shingles on top of that. most of the trim on there is starting to fall off. And in most cases, when that starts happening, the stuff that the trim is nailed to is either, dry rotted and it's not gonna hold those nails no more, and that stuff pulls out and falls out and just hangs there, which you can see.
Taped off so people don't go in and out of it?
They right now have some treated lumber that they have wrapped around or put on each side of the columns, and have nailed some kind of like hand railing to hold that post in place. So it's temporarily okay. Long term, it would be ASAP.
Yeah.
It needs to be addressed.
Well, so if the roof is scheduled, that would take care of both roofs within.
Yeah, if they're in line in the contract to do that.
So if those things pass muster or getting done, then what else would remain that needs to be put in an order with a schedule?
All windows completed. Functional.
Yeah, well, windows, as I said, I went out and I can show you the receipts. We spent hundreds of dollars to get new handles and the locks. And so most of them have been done over this weekend.
It sounds like they're getting done, like
Oh, yeah.
you want them done, right, Rob?
Yeah, some
Yeah.
of them were done, but they just weren't working properly. The guy that did them did not really do a good job, put it that way. Someone else probably needs to go in there and do some adjustments, maybe rethink the way they're doing them. I know Rainey mentioned that they're spring locks, so when they raise them up, then they spring lock, and those probably should be actually brought to the bottom so they could actually be reached to when they want to bring the windows back down. They had them at the top of the sash, which is probably going to be out of reach when they want to bring the windows back down. On some of them, not all of them.
Those things aren't correctable.
They're correctable. And
Some are completed as,
there was a
Correct.
few that was functioning okay that passed. But at least one of the windows in every room failed. I don't think
Yeah.
I've got,
I think he admitted that there-
Yeah.
he just did one window per room.
Yeah, I would like to reiterate the state requirement, state code states that the window should be able to open, and that's all it requires. But we are exceeding the requirement by putting these, and the receipts will substantiate that I went out on Saturday and got lots of handles and lots of those which will lock the window in position, which is what you desired, and I wanted to take care of that according to what you want.
You were the president of the company, this Blue Light, is that the name of the company?
Yes, sir.
Is that an incorporated company or is it an LLC?
It's a C corporation.
So what?
C corporation?
Okay.
Yeah,
Now, are there any other owners besides yourself?
just me.
Are there any mortgages on the property?
I'm sorry?
Are there any mortgages on the property at this time?
Yes.
Who's that, who is the mortgage holder?
Yeah, that's Security Federal.
Any other contracts? Anybody have an interest for
No,
as far as any paperwork?
no contract.
Rob, can you clarify for me, is this the rental inspection report from Friday?
Friday.
Friday.
Yep.
This thing that we just got, that's
Yes.
Friday?
And this is the rental inspection piece, so not every piece of this is associated directly with the condemnation. But as far as being able to operate responsibly as a rental, I guess, I mean, I was looking through this, there's about 120-ish items in here, pass or fail, and I counted 66 fails. So the condemnation piece with the safety and, you know, the roof and all of that, but I think the rental inspection piece is another one where we have over half of these items that are failed in various stages of getting done. But even if we say that it's not dangerous, what's the, you know, rental inspection procedure, I guess? They have to meet, to be certified as rentals for these rooms, I would
Well,
think.
one of the things is that now that it fell under emergency condemnation because of the sewer, now it's under condemnation, and to release that condemnation, we want all violations, especially the safety issues,
Yeah.
done and completed. And here's about 150 pictures of that section that we did.
Yeah, I guess my point is I don't want to
Yeah.
look at a couple of hot ticket items and say condemnation's lifted, and then it goes back to exactly how it was, and we don't have a satisfactory rental inspection in there. And now the city of Logansport's saying it's okay to live here.
Yeah,
You know,
but I
I
don't
think there's
think they're
different
saying that
standards.
yet.
No, that's why I want to make sure that that's
That's
what
gonna
we
be-
have to get to. Yeah.
The roof will be a separate contractor, I'm guessing,
Yes.
whereas these other maintenance and repair will be another contractor or your own people doing.
Okay, I still don't see, besides the porch and the roof, what is the main safety concern here? I don't understand why they haven't passed and I don't get it.
Windows, they don't stay open.
Okay, well, okay, so you're counting each window as one violation or not passed and stuff like that, okay? I already said that I went ahead and windows will be taken care of. Window opening is the code thing, staying there, okay. So my question is that a major safety concern, the windows?
Yep, absolutely, and I will not lift condemnation until those are
Okay,
all
no,
done.
No, I
Done.
just want to understand for my sake as to what is the major safety issue. You're saying that even though the windows can open, but since they are not meeting the requirement of, you know.
Staying open.
Staying open, that's your requirement. Since it's not, that's very.
But it fits in the category of opening.
Okay, so therefore, they have been failed by you.
Yep.
Is that my understanding? Okay, all right, I'm gonna take care of this right away. And we are already on it over the weekend. He has fixed most of them, and I'd love to have another inspection. When we are completely done, we'll check them out and see if there's any issue again.
That's what I was getting ready to say, is that the next time is, we're not going to schedule it. You're going to have to call us.
Actually, next time inspection and it fails, I will be fining a unsafe fine.
So make sure you pass the next one.
It's something I
And-
don't think Mr. Diva is understanding. Under the Indiana code for unsafe, it's like 36-7-9 or -9-7. Once he condemns a building and the board approves it, that building is still under his control and the board's control until it has passed everything. It cannot be removed until he's 100% and the board's 100%. I believe that's what Mr. Diva's not understanding.
What I'm not understanding is that the building was condemned within 5 days of us fixing the meter, and we were
Mr.
not given,
Mr.
let me
Diva, I
finish
just
up, please, let me
explained.
finish it up, okay? Let me say what I need to say, okay? You don't need to jump in, please. I should have been given enough time, 30, 60, 90, according to Christian, who said that, look, you finish all these things and you will have 30, 60, 90 days time, and if it is not done, then we'll condemn the property. Now, obviously, the gun has been jumped, building has been condemned, and now I'm doing all these things after the fact. Meaning, building has been condemned first before giving me the opportunity to fix things. And that's all I need to put in the record.
He just mentioned 30, 60, 90 days. The building was condemned April 5th. The inspection was done July 5th. That's 90 days,
No,
and it's not passed.
no.
Okay?
The condemnation was done right after the meter was completed, and then condemnation was done.
We're back where we were last week. The building's condemned.
I- it-
We have a big list of things that you need to,
I will-
that you need to
I
get
will-
done to be a rental, to operate as a
Yeah,
rental.
yeah, I will take care of that, as I assured you, that I'm on it.
Yeah, and until then, he can't, you know, I mean, we won't let him
Yeah,
just
that's,
willy-nilly lift it because you gave him a promise. You know, that's the thing.
yep, we are working, we're gonna work on it, and it will be done to building commissioner's satisfaction and the board's satisfaction. That's why I'm here, to make sure it all gets done.
Do you want to make the motion, or do you want me to make the motion?
Is there a motion? What, are we affirming the condemnation? or
Yeah, but,
is that-
well, I will say, was it Randy or Rob that suggested the unsafe fine?
Yeah,
Right.
so,
Rob?
that will,
I mean,
Well,
we can amend. the
No,
motion.
no, what I'm saying is, the next fail
yeah,
could result in an unsafe fine.
that first fail, or that first fine can be up to $2,500 the first shot, and then 90 days, another 1,000.
well, if we're making a motion to that, I'd like to have a deadline associated with this piece of it before, if they haven't done the things to Rob's satisfaction by then we have to get the public out of there. I mean, eventually a condemnation has to mean something.
So you're talking roof, windows on your end. What are you talking, Christian, on your end?
As far as the violations on there, he's made good progress on those, but how many did you count?
I counted 66 that were checked to fail.
So I would like to review those and go over with Mr. Deva, how many he should have completed in a certain date.
Yeah, I would like to have a copy of what those 60 are, because I am always in dark as to what
He's got the
exact,
copies
no,
before.
the ones which you are saying that you failed, tell me what those are, so I can fix it.
That same inspection list has been sent to him from, I believe, the first inspection, which was in January. He's had that same inspection list since back then.
No, I'm talking
Did
about.
you give him the updated one from Friday?
No, we have not given him that one.
Okay.
Okay, give him this one from Friday.
But he was walking right with us and making notes as we were doing.
Right.
But I would
May
like
have missed
to,
something.
I would like to have a report
Make sure
from,
he has this one.
Let me give him one, so he gets it right here.
I got it.
Yep, it's got it right there.
Thank you.
okay,
The only thing I would ask is we don't put more people in there, but he's not bringing more people to live in it until it does get taken care of. Because we've added more people since the inspection.
Would you say 6?
It was at what, 11 and went to 17? So, I mean, we really should not be adding more people into it until he's got it fixed.
I agree, it's under condemnation and it can't get certified as a rental. You know, there's two distinct steps there and neither one have been met. So, I want to set a deadline, what's reasonable, 30 days? I mean, the roof is 60 days out, but if it's not,
Which
You
you
know.
might be able to talk to them and get them there earlier, I don't know.
or get them permitted, at least.
Yeah, they need to kind of make contact with me.
Yeah,
That's what I was getting ready to say, is they should be making contact with you anyway, right, Mr. Diva? Heritage should
And
be
they
making.
probably don't want to pull the permit, until they're getting really close to doing it.
Yeah.
And that's understandable, as on their side. We have some contractors that will pull a permit and. they're
how
not-
close, would they pull it the week of, or 2 weeks ahead of time would be standard?
Yeah, something like that, the week of, yeah. But they could, in this situation, they could at least reach out to me and say, hey, what's, permitting process, we're gonna be pulling a roof permit for, this property, this is what we plan on doing,
Mhm.
I mean, might have a contract with him, but that's not necessarily a promise.
Christian, as far as your rental process, what would be your next step? So you went Friday, they failed.
Right.
You would send a letter with this or whatnot. what would your next steps typically be in that letter that you sent to them?
Next steps is to get them in front of the Board of Works, much like we've had right now, and then deciding on the proper fines for each violation. Minimum housing standard for the city of Logansport, I believe it's $50 per violation per day. So this could rack up very high. If we can agree on something similar to what we have in place for code enforcement, I think that'd be pretty fair for Mr. Taylor.
I would request that these be withheld, not imposed right now, because you already said that you were there and we have made great progress. He also agrees we have made great progress. And
Well-
our issue, let me just finish this part here. Our issue is not knowing to be, like, when the inspection was done on the 14th, there was no report sent again, as usual. So I'm always in dark, what has been passed, what has been failed. So all the list which I have, I don't know what has failed. If I don't know what has failed, how would I know what to fix?
I think you have everything.
You have.
You've got,
Okay, I got it today, okay, I got it.
You've gotten it
Okay.
each time.
Oh,
Bob can
no,
show you
not each time,
list
no.
and list.
This list right here.
Yeah, but what have you failed, what have you passed, I don't know that. This is what I know.
Mr. Diva, did you walk through as we did inspections with each one of these properties unit?
I want,
He was with us with all this, right?
I have no idea which one you passed, which one you failed. This is the only way I would know what is passed, what's not passed.
You weren't standing with us in each one of these rooms
You-
when we went through and said, hey, this isn't working, this window didn't work, all that. You weren't there with us.
I still don't know exactly which ones you're failing, which one you're passing.
just spell it out, Randy.
It needs to be spelled out.
I mean, we're standing right there. and I mean,
Doesn't
that's
matter,
a black
it needs
and
to
white
be
drawing, so-
spelled out, the
You have,
67.
you have it in your hands, we're about to set a deadline for when most of these things need to be done.
Yeah, now I know exactly.
Or permitted,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, so I am on it. If I know what needs to be done, why wouldn't I fix them? Like,
We don't know.
no.
We don't know why you won't fix it.
Because I want to know. If I'm in dark, I would not know, because ambiguously, oh, it looks like it's not working. Now, what do I get out of that? Is it passed or is it failed? I don't know.
Well, we're not moving on to Christian yet. He hasn't brought you forth. This is for Rob. Okay?
Yeah, I'm just
So-
thinking, he had a rental inspection on Friday.
Right.
Is it 30 days that you would go back?
Yeah.
So then if it fails him at that point, then he goes through his normal process so we can keep everything
So really, this says 30 days.
standard.
This.
Yeah.
This right here, Diva, 30 days.
Okay?
Okay, is typically what you're looking at. So you need to fix everything in here, in that sheet, 30 days.
Okay.
You've got 30 days to fix it.
August 17th inspection,
August 17th.
and if.
I would like to have an inspection before that so that I can see that, okay?
You probably don't want that.
Because, you know, you come there and say, oh, well, this window is stuck and, well, it's not working, it's failed. So I want to go through it in advance, make sure everything is to your satisfaction, because as usual, I don't want to be kept in dark.
Mr. Diva,
You fail
you're not
anything
the only property that we're doing.
on the
You
inspection.
can't go through every property, do an inspection, a pre-inspection before you're actually supposed to be done. You've got your list, fix it. It's the same way we do with anyone else.
Yeah, I think
You
if
have
you wanted
your
him to
list.
come inspect earlier, a fail would be the same as a fail after 30 days, and
Right.
Yeah, but that will clear it up, that why it's being failed when we have put all those things. He may say, oh, this had to be over here, or,
Did you test them out?
yeah, my guy, we just were doing only one, but now you wanted all the windows to be that way. So
Mr.
it's a
Mayor,
different requirement.
You opened some of those windows and helped Rob with some of them. Did they work? Did they function?
Not all of them did. No, I hurt my back.
Right, I'm just saying, he said it's fixed, but
yeah.
you
Right.
were there.
Yes.
And it didn't-
Okay,
there's
this time,
multiple that did not
this
work.
time we will do our own inspection twice, make sure it's working. How's
There
that?
you
There
go.
you go.
Okay.
Sounds great. All right, I'll make a motion to continue condemnation until the next inspection for 30 days.
Yep, August 17th.
August 17th?
And I'd
Board
like to-
Works
I
will
would
be
like-
August 23rd.
I would like to have a pre-inspection before that, so I make sure everything is.
You pass that pre-inspection, I will pull you back in and I will fine you an unsafe fine. So you probably do not want that inspection.
well, I have 30 days to
Right.
finish it.
No.
And I will not do a pre-inspection.
Okay, that's fine.
I've been there too many times.
That's not.
Yeah, but I have been kept in dark at the.
No, you haven't. We're done.
This is the first time I got this list.
August 17th inspection, August 23rd Board of Works.
Review of Board of Works.
Okay,
I'll second the motion.
all right. Call for question?
Thank you.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Jacob Paulsall,
Yes,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
All right, I would like to make an amendment to the agenda for today. Oh, yes, there you go. You're welcome. Thank you. I'd like to make a motion. Sure.
We are limiting newer people coming in and will live there, right? He can't be renting out these rooms to people.
Because they don't have notices that it's under condemnation. The ones that were there, they've gotten notice that they were there on their own liability and at their own risk, and that they needed to start looking for another place until then. So new people don't have that notice.
Isn't that posted at the door?
They were posted underneath all the doors.
Every room was
Time.
there.
It's supposed to be posted, I thought, on the door frame, so coming and going, they see it. And it's to be in place until it's
That's the
listed.
only question, we want to make sure it's on the record that he can't bring new ones in.
We already made a motion and approved without that being said, so
Oh,
just hope that he
We've
does.
already said that to him.
Well, we did say that, but motion, so. All right, so I'd like to make a motion to add to the agenda an agreement between the city of Logansport, Indiana and, who is this?
Dykeman.
Dykeman
Dykeman.
Excavating for the Event Center parking lot project.
You made that motion?
Yes.
I'll second.
All right, call for question?
I think so,
I
yes.
think so, yeah, I think it's all. Jacob
Yes.
Paulsall. Chris Martin,
Yes. All right, I'll make a motion to approve the agreement with Dykeman Excavating for the Event Center parking lot project.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Jacob Paulsall,
Yes.
All right, contracts and agreements, F&K Construction proposed contract change. Deputy?
Yeah, this is just the change order based on the value engineering that we went through with F&K a month or so ago. This just memorializes those decisions, as you see.
Are we saving money?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there was saving money on some things that were kind of reverting to our standards versus what was designed, as well as the only, and I don't think that's reflected in this, because we're looking to add the surface of the asphalt with this contract, which wasn't originally in there, but that's not in this change order. So this is just saving us money right now.
Sounds great.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to approve the F&K Construction proposed contract change.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Jacob Paulsall,
Yes.
Martin,
Yes. All right. Logansport Parks and Recreations Department's independent contractor agreement for Abby Lundy. Good morning, Karen.
Morning.
What is this one for? Abby Lundy.
For golf, for junior golf camp.
Is this in the budget?
Yes.
And, okay. All right, I'll make a motion to approve the independent contractor agreement for Abby Lundy.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Jacob Paulsall,
Yes.
All right, and independent contractor agreement for Dave Ossenbaugh?
Yes. And he was our sound technician at 4th of July, our 4th of July celebration.
Okay. So this was already in the budget?
Yes.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the independent contractor agreement for Dave Ozendahl.
Second.
Call for question.
Jacob Palmsall,
Yes.
Chris Martin,
Yes. Thank you, Karen. Tree removal contract, straight cut tree service. Bob?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, we found a cedar tree about 50, 60 feet tall that we couldn't cut because of monuments and so forth. And got a contract with Straight Cut to take that down.
Within your budget?
Yes.
All right. I'll make a motion to approve the tree removal contract.
Second.
Call for question.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Jacob Palmsall,
Yes.
All right, stump removal contract. Mainly stump eaters.
Yeah, we didn't remove any stumps from last year's tree cuts. We have 11 or 12, and he's going to take all those out for us. And then we'll be caught up again.
Within your budget?
Yes.
All right. Make a motion to approve the stump removal contract.
Second.
Call for question.
Jacob Palmsall,
Yes.
Chris Martin,
Yes. Cemetery monthly report for June 2023.
Yeah, we prepared for interments when needed, cleaned the grounds as needed, cleaned offices, chapel, restrooms, and garage area, trash control over the property, removed funeral flowers when needed, removed wind-damaged trees and limbs, submitted all appropriate claims and paperwork, assisted families, monument companies, and funeral homes for grave locations, burials, and burial information, maintained graves as needed, maintained equipment as needed. We finished the construction of the break room. The electric still has to be done, hopefully this week. Repaired a bad water hydrant after we had the new line put in, and it was our hydrant, so we needed to fix it. So that's taken care of. Tilled and leveled graves that didn't grow in the spring because all of a sudden the water shut off and it got dry. So we're going to do them all again in the fall, but we do keep them clean and tilled. Mowed and trimmed daily. Had 15 interments, 7 traditional burials, and 8 cremations, and sold 11 graves.
Good. I'll make a motion to approve the cemetery's monthly report for June 2023.
Second.
Call for question.
Jacob Palmsall,
Yes.
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Bob.
Bob.
All right, planning department's monthly report for June 2023. Aaron? Haven't seen you in a while.
This is actually our quarterly report.
Yeah.
Our home occupation, we received 2 in the last quarter, development plan reviews 9, Board of Zoning Appeals 4, improvement location permits 53. Last year, for the second quarter, we had 96 applications, which equaled 5,418,625. This year, we had 68 with 1,334,060, and that's project cost, not what we take in, because we don't take any of the money. The building commissioner takes all of our money. So when he does his report, you get more of that information.
Gotcha. I'll make a motion to approve the quarterly report for the planning department.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Jacob Palmsall,
Yes.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thanks, Aaron.
All right, street department, applications for curb street cut.
Let's see.
Good morning.
These are all for the same reason of minor gas leaks. Rear and alley, one's in a right of way and one's in the street.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the application for curb street cuts for NIPSCO at 2130 East Market Street, 2825 East Market Street, 1524 Spear
Second.
Call for question?
Jake Palmsall,
Yes.
Chris Martin,
Yes. All right, city street closure request for Logan's Landings, Cass County, 8/11 through 8/13, from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Street to be closed is Melbourne Avenue from 3rd Street to 5th Street. And they are requesting a noise variance,
But I don't have that letter yet.
but you do not have
No.
that letter yet.
No.
Okay, so that will be separate from
So,
this.
yeah, looking over this, the times don't really make sense. And I'm not sure we've ever closed Melbourne for 3 full days. I think it's been more like maybe from noon on the day before, and then they have till noon on Sunday to get it cleaned up and open back up. So we have plenty of time. This isn't till August 12th is the actual date of the event. I'd talk this over with George, and we get the times narrowed down a little better.
Yeah, George and Vicky.
Correct.
Yeah, because time for the streets to be closed is 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., but then the time of the event is 5 to
Right.
11 p.m. Okay.
That's a little confusing.
Yeah. I'll make a motion to table the city street closure request for Logan's Landings Taste from 8/11/23 to 8/13/23.
Second.
Any further discussion? Call for question?
Chris Martin,
Yes.
Jake Palmsall,
Yes.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Board member comments?
Congrats to the state champion Babe Ruth team from Logan Sport. They're on to, I think, Ohio Valley this coming week. So best of luck to them. A lot of great baseball history, and they get to make some more, so that's pretty cool.
Awesome. I'm ready for football season.
I'm almost there. Yeah.
All right, miscellaneous business and any matters not already considered, including ADA Section 504 compliance or concerns. All right, seeing none, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Call for question?
Jake Palmsall,
Yes.
Chris Martin.
Yes. We are adjourned. Have a great day. See ya.